This is iPen Podcast, interviews and conversations, and this is our final episode with Anthony McCauley. This is a live taping, and we welcome, I see we have a guest, Ms. Sonia Green. If you have any questions or anything you want to talk to Mr. McCauley about, please feel free to put it in the chat. We will open your mic up toward the end of this session and find out what you may want to ask or you may have questions about. We really welcome you as a guest and all others that are here to see us and ask questions. Anthony, I'm going to ask you to just repeat the how people could get in touch with you at the beginning of this segment. How can people get in touch with you?
You can find me on Facebook at Males of Distinction. Like the page. Also, you can find me, Anthony McCauley, on Facebook. I'm also on LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. Just type in my name, Anthony McCauley. Also, we have a website, www.malesofdistinction.com. Also, our email is malesofdistinction@gmail.com. That's also our email. And other than that, just Google me, and you'll find me that way. I don't want to give out my phone. My phone number is all over the place anyway. But just get in touch with me. Send me a messenger message. I love those because they pop in automatically and I can answer and respond right there. So messengers, instant messages, DM messages are a good way to get in touch with me.
And not only that, I want our audience to know that he's not hard to reach. It's not like you can't reach him. He does reply. It's not one of those things where you got to wait 3 or 4 days for him to get back to you. He will reply. And especially when you're doing business with youth and you're doing business where there may be crisis, there may be problems in homes, there may be problems with the adults, there may be problems in programs and different things. It's good to know that the person that's in audience, the person that is listening, the person that is helping is reachable. You can reach them, you can talk to them. Let me ask you, you said in our first segment, you told us that you were an author. You told us that you've written a few books and you're proud to release a new book this week coming up, this week being the week of January 17th. You're talking about releasing the book on January 22nd, is it? Yes. This Saturday, you're doing a release. Tell me about the fact that you've been doing all of this and you still have room to write books.
Number 8, I heard.
Yes, you've done all of this and you still have room to write a book. And I'm quite sure you're telling your story, but I'm quite sure in it, you're also giving inspiration and hope for others' stories. So tell us about your books.
My books are motivational inspiration. And you know what? I get that question asked all the time. My mother, my sweet mother, says, "How do you do it? What do you?" I have no clue. I have no clue how. I roll off the I don't know anyway. So I don't know how I'm doing it. I really don't. But these books. But I had a sweet aunt of mine, one of those church going ladies that had to look up to me, and she told me I had books inside of me. I didn't know what that meant. And I said, "But Auntie, I'm messed up. I'm not gonna write." She said, "God gonna get the glory for your life." And I've been writing ever since. Ever since I decided to stop, to remove the mask and stop doing what I was doing and get real with myself and work on myself, the doors have been opening up. I've written 8 books. Some of those books are collaboration with other authors from around the United States. This time, the book that's being released on Saturday, I was the one that brought the people together. So right. I'm the main author. I'm the one that brought 6 authors together, and we'll call ourselves the Fantastic 7. And it's called Rebuilt Through Recovery, and it's volume 1. And right behind that, I'm trying to get volume 2 going. But I've also getting ready to release a gang comic book because I got a lot of my boys wanting to represent color. So I wrote a book called The Choice. And it's a comic book, where a kid starts out making a bad choice and in the end he wins. you know. So I got that going on. I don't know. What you ladies don't know is sometimes I got a notebook beside my bed, and I'll wake up and write stuff down, or I'll have it in my head. I'll get up and come in my office. My office is right attached to the house, so I'll get up, go to the restroom at night, and come here, jot down a note, and then in the morning I'll read what I wrote down, and something.
Yes.
And so, but it's all a gift that has been given to me, and I have taken and had enough audacity to walk in what I'm supposed to be walking in 30 years ago.
And you know what, Anthony, I want to commend you because I've been writing for years, literally years, with no idea that I had a book in me. Literally. My mother passed away, and after her passing, going through some of her drawers, I saw little notes where the writing was crooked, sideways, and everything else. And I had to say to myself, wow, I've been writing a long time. So I think that spirit comes along with the other spirit that we're given. I think that spirit comes along. Felice dabbles in writing, but she claims she can't write a book. You know, but the thing is, I think that spirit comes along with the spirit of giving, the spirit of motivating, because not everybody gets it when you talk to them. Right. A lot of people get it when they read it and they and they take it in. So I want to commend you on that. That is fantastic. 8 books, regardless if they're collaborations or not, your word is getting out there. And that's an accomplishment in itself. Now, with all of that said, what's next?
That's a great question, man. What's next? Oh my goodness. What's next is I said I got a global vision. And what's also next is licensing the Males of Distinction program, packaging it up and saying, you know what, if any young man or any adult man or any community needs a mentoring program or some type of program that's been built from the ground up, I'll package it up, but there'll be a fee for it. And I'll license Males of Distinction. So I'm working on ideas right now of what license look like and what a chapter affiliations is what I was trying to say. Yeah. Different chapter affiliations.
Have chapters.
Yay. Yay.
Yes.
I'm so glad you said that, because that's what I was going to ask you. In this global vision, what does it look like? How can people partner with you? And not just virtually, because virtual is great, but that in person, that touch, that
it has such
face,
an
that
impact.
belly to belly.
That's right.
Can't be replaced. Exactly. So I was just about to ask you that. So I'm so happy that you said that. But that's in the works. That's not something
it takes time, because I mean, especially since we've been hit with this pandemic and we've been hit with certain rules and certain regulations for how we do things and where we do things and everything else. We've had to, even this program, we had to automatically shift, because when I met Mr. McCauley, I had a magazine. I didn't have this. And all I wanted was the information from the person. We make their article, we take their pictures and we put their article out and we distribute the magazine. Well, it's hard doing it as a podcast, because we don't get everybody that wants to know about a new entrepreneur and new ideas and if it's a program they know. I'm quite sure a year from now, when we have Males of Distinction on and it's a national program, I'm quite sure we'll have people falling head over heels to pay to come and hear you speak and to hear those that are affiliated with you. But it's amazing to me how we sit on the back burner and watch the flame go up, but we don't really want to go into the kitchen and cook with the cook. We don't want to get with doing, and God knows if there's any problems with the pots and the pans, ain't nobody doing dishes. Don't nobody want to come in there and clean up whatever the problem may be. We're not doing all of that. We want the meal served to us. We want to sit there and enjoy the meal. We want all of the good stuff. And I am so glad that I've been on with you while the stuff was cooking. I'm glad that I have been a part of your road and everything else. But let me ask you this. You did mention the women's program. You did mention about the women that you talked to, and you also mentioned about having something where the families kind of understand what's going on. Have you had many families that have said to you that they want to be a part of what you're doing and they want to be, some type of way helping in what you're doing?
And see, I spoiled this community in the beginning, Nanette. I went and grabbed all these kids, because I'm like, hey, we got a new program. But I forgot about the fact of where they were coming from. Mm-hmm. They're coming from the fact that the mother, a single mother, or mother and father both may be incarcerated, and grandmother's taking care of them. I forgot about the fact that I needed to incorporate strengthening families class curriculum, and later on I did. So I with the young ladies program, Ladies of Merit. This the same age group, 8 to 17 years old. Same model where males of distinction name is. I put in Ladies of Merit and made it their program. So because the young ladies in the school was going, you don't have nothing for us. So I said, okay, let me build something for them, and it worked. Yeah. But I had to go back now. When I do a virtual thing, a virtual mentoring, you're not automatically going to be a part of Males of Distinction. I need for your parent to come on with you and sit with you for at least 5 consecutive meetings to come in, just see what we do. Then I will match you to this program with all documentation, just in case somebody say, well, what is this? I will have your child, Anthony McCauley, will be matched with consent forms. We'll have emergency contacts. And I'll have a file for your child, right? So he can say and legitimately say that he's in a part of our program because we're a nonprofit. At the end, or at some point when there's achievements going on, I will give your child a certificate to put in their high school transcript. Because Felice, I don't know if you know, we have 6 core programs under Males of Distinction. We got a jiu-jitsu program, we got a brain game program, we have a drone program. We have, what's the rest of my programs? I can't think right now. I'm drawing blank. We have our school impact program where I go impact this. I'm making positive action changes today, where I use a curriculum called Why Try. So I go into the schools on a daily basis. I go in have 7 schools last year, but I can't do any of that now because of COVID.
Right. And that has changed so much, but I am so happy for you. I am so happy for your program. I am overjoyed with the fact that you accepted our invitation to be a guest on our show. And I want to make sure that we show this, to show people that here's something that you can embrace and get in touch with you to get those chapters. Let's get those chapters going throughout the area, because like you said, it's not a thing of black males. It's any male. There's so many that have become disconnected to what they really need. I really appreciate it. I want to thank you for being here. I want to open up the chat for the mic for Miss Sonia, if I can get to it. Wait 1 minute. Let me try to unmute her to see if she has any questions. What did I do?
You just might need to let her unmute. There she is. Yes, Miss Green, thank you so much for being a guest with us. Do you have any questions for Mr. McCauley?
No, not at this time. I just want to share my appreciation to you for having this show and this platform to share with everyone the great works that Mr. McCauley does. And I would like to also state that we're very proud to have Mr. McCauley in this area, and we look forward to seeing him do great things nationally.
Yes. And I am so happy that being a new North Carolinian or Carolinian or a new Southerner
resident,
a new resident of the Southern states, I am so happy that he has become one of my people to go to, that I can go to him and tell him whatever it is that he's doing. I try to be a part of. I try to make sure I support him in what he does because I just believe in him. And that's what I want our audience to know. that we have to support the programs that support our communities. That's the main thing that I want to say in closing, that we have to support the community programs and the people that develop those programs. Give them a chance. Give them a chance to rise. Give them a chance to grow. Felice, you got any closing statements?
Well, I suspected when I posted on Facebook that we were going to start with a bang. Something in my spirit said that this was going to start off this new year, just, with fireworks. So I'm glad that I wasn't wrong. My spirit did not lead me astray. But I just want to say how deeply I appreciate, again, not only your story, Dr. McCauley. You said you didn't like Mr.
You didn't like Mr. That's right. That's what he said. We're gonna have to find another acronym. So doctor is good. Doctor is
right,
good.
doctor.
I'm glad to embrace it, I guess.
No, and again, I appreciate not only that your journey first and foremost, and that you have the spirit. God gave you the spirit of overcoming and breakthroughs, and then that is another gift that you are imparting upon your people, or God's people, His children, and leading them. Because again, we look at how we were raised, and most people get into that spirit of acceptance. That's their lot, and there's nothing that they can do about it. Even though they suspect in their heart keeps talking to them that anytime you feel an unease, that's God poking you and saying, hey, you. So thank you for answering the call. Thank you for the strength, the courage, the wisdom, all given to you by God. But He gives it all to us, but we truly don't do anything with it. But you did.
Okay.
And
I want to
inspired.
close by saying, please reach out to this man of wonder. Please reach out to his program. If you have anyone you want to refer or you want to talk about it, just reach out to him. He's giving you all of his contacts. We will be posting these episodes throughout the month of February so that you can see, and we will post all of his information with those episodes so that you will be able to see and know how to get in touch with him. Thank you, Mr. McCauley. Have a good night. We appreciate you so much.
IPN Magazine, Nanette, Felice, what a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much.
Likewise.
God bless you, Nanette. We did it.